the purpose of this meeting?
We have to decide what version we will use for the list. Because before you said that.
I just shut my mouth.
Before you said that for this version 2, it's not the designs. It's not convincing like that.
Hinihilip ka pa?
Yes.
Who hosts this meeting?
MC.
Ryan.
MC. Okay.
Other members requested this meeting for us to decide what version you gonna use for the dream check. Yes. So we have 2 versions. The first version and the new version and the old version. Which we will use.
I think we must consider only one now.
First one. The second one.
Second version.
As per the
It's because the old green tech has those previous issues that was left a month ago. Because when we were doing still the Bitcoin Cash and the DTC, we do have the process flow chart that after 2 weeks we must go push to a Dream Tech version 2, which has the new design of Luster. And I did that for almost for a week after the 2 weeks after the deployment of live of putting the old Dream Tech to live to live. So after 2 weeks we did version 2 and we pushed it. That is the new Dream Tech has the less issues which compared to the old Dream Tech. So if you're going to choose the old Dream Tech, it has a lot of issues that was left a month ago. And the new UI is actually the one who's working fine already.
Maybe you can get a computer laptop. Have you deployed the domain name? Okay.
Yes.
What do you say, Mary?
It's okay. If we need the old version to go online, so we can fix the issues as soon as possible.
Yeah, actually, it's hard to decide which one is better.
It's if you're going to use the new Dream Tech, we only need to fix the UI only. But if we're going to use the old UI, we're going to fix a lot of issues and also some bugs that was left a month ago because it wasn't been updated since almost a month.
Yes, I think much better before.
Before I go, after I go vacation, right?
Yeah. After after Maurice went on vacation, that's the issues we have left on the old UI because I have continued it onto another repository.
Maybe we can ask the Jet first. His name is Jet. He's the leader of the Dream Tech project. so he's the partner of us. But actually, it's someone forced him to. You see, the structure and command model of this company is someone request somebody to do something, and then somebody request other people to do something. Then if someone requests Jet to start an ICO, so then he will go around and ask, and then after he asks Neil or Jim, and then they tell him that we have, and then we need to give something to him beside that. Maybe and we just review the current website first to see which part are better than which part of the other one. And then maybe we can merge, right? Actually, I think the banner of the second version is no better than the first version. You put a sexy girl like that, it's very lame. It's not outstanding. Because at least the girl should have some kind of animation. If it's dynamic, it will be better. Kind of static there. So that we can go online and check first. Actually, I think it's only the home page. The other page are very similar or using the same.
Only the main page.
Yeah,
Only the main page different.
Demo 1, Demo 2.
Yeah, demo.bttc.com and demo1.bbttc.
Okay yan, triple W and then ano. Hindi. Triple W1. Triple W1.
Trigger.
Tapos alisin mo yung demo.
Why? So this is still demo.
Alisin mo yung demo.
Demo should be the same as the HCW.
Tapos,
Yan, okay na yan.
So Lester, you think the second version is better than the first version? As a designer,
Second version.
could you
just this part, maybe we just compare this part. Only this part.
Gusto niya yung video. Hindi lagi na yung video.
Okay.
Only this part.
Gusto niya.
I'm not saying that it's perfect, just compare the first version to the second version.
can you show the second version, man? Control. Control ano? Tab.
Control 2.
2 ba?
I see. Yeah. When you're comparing a website, for me, the one that has a video or something moving in the website is more attractive than the static one. Since this second version is themed with a casino, that's why I use those like designs. And the first version was before for online gaming. The games that I said before, it's like Dota 2 or.
If you just change one word, we go back to first version. If you just change the skill into luck, that would be okay.
Oh, what do you mean?
Skills.
Actually, it's only the content, not fit for the contest for casino, right? Skills. If you just change it to luck,
Yeah, before that's not finished.
Turn from your luck.
Because before that was a online gaming. It's just doing like the very famous one is the Players Unknown Battle and Dota 2 and others. That's why the header or the title was like that. And then you suggested before to make a video banner. I created one, then you said it's not good, so I created another one, and somewhat you somewhat you agree on the video that is in the version 1 right now. So since I haven't edit or change on the contents of the first version, I was creating the second version, which is themed with the casino, which is the main purpose of the website, right? Main purpose. I visited the DTC website, which has the casino or slot machines.
They are not casino. They are producing the product for casino.
Now that I know that.
Actually, it's
Before
similar.
I didn't know. That's why when I
So-
was creating this one.
Oh. So okay, switch to version 2. So if we go back to version 2, it's not some kind of things as well.
Yeah, we can amend that one. First thing, the issue here is the navigation. Before it's not like that. There's a big logo in the middle. So the front end are having a hard time on doing it because the navigation is separate. It's divided into two, right?
No, 3 parts.
3 parts? Oh.
3 parts. No, this side you have something.
Navigation.
This
then
side you have something. Yeah, this side was navigation, and then logo in the middle, and this side is login, log out,
Yeah.
register button. So when this screen becomes smaller, this navigator is the one is not enough for holding all of those things.
Yeah. That was the first issue for the design.
That's
For
the
navigation.
reason why I didn't continue that one.
Yeah.
They're not more.
But I admit the banner section is not really that good enough. But the other content for below is more informational than the other one.
Can you scroll down na?
Those are the samples of games that in the website of DreamTech. I use them to promote it because since that is the first product or that is the purpose of the website to market the games. So I did that in the features to promote, as I said, to promote the games. And then on the lower part was the details of the website or the company or the coin whatsoever. Scroll on please. Here you can download the legal document. You can download English, Chinese, or whatever.
Is
And
this the new logo? The DreamTech Nash you're talking about?
yeah, because that DreamTech, the Lion one, I just downloaded that one. I'm trying to create another one. And first thing I came up with that design because I was searching on what designs of a ICO website was, and then all of them has the same format, same information or details. Then I implemented it in our new version. Yeah. For me, the second version or the second design was good enough for a token or ICO website. I only lack the design with the banner.
Yeah, if it's only the banner, we can adjust it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the banner and the jackpot pass.
Huh?
I think the jackpot pass is kind of lame because those yeah, their cover are not so modern, are not so fashionable,
This one?
not fashionable.
What?
Their cover of their games
cover.
are not so fashionable.
Okay. Yung mga games.
Ito raw.
Yeah,
Very outdated.
this one is redesigned. We can use the old one here.
Okay, go back version 1 to see if something that we can merge. Okay, about the logo, about the banner, we want an
Video.
animation logo for the banner for the second version.
I also like this part. Can you go there? It's much more, no, the
This
complete
one?
twin.
Yes, this is.
I much more prefer this rather than the second version.
What?
This one, this
Features.
Yeah, complete twin and earn. That design, it's more attractive.
For those
Yeah,
icons.
for those three.
I guess the icons is
Yeah,
not
this is
similar.
attractive as well, but just we need to change some content.
Yeah, and
The
the
first version looks more professional,
Yeah.
and the second one is more games.
so that's why MC was able to create this meeting because we have that one. Yeah, this one. This is a workflow principles that we agreed on. For example, there's a project, then MC will continue.
We're ready to discuss.
This is the draft for the workflow principles. This came from MC.
Maybe we open the document of it. So other people without this changes.
It's like the one
If there are changes, the designer will recreate and discuss it again to the team. The team must all agree to the design and it should be finalized before the
I will bring a
development.
knife. I'll ask point one by one. The agree.
Nakatusok ako, you don't like it or you like it. Yeah, I like
It's like
it.
No, right now we have that situation is that these two versions, each one of them have their advantage and disadvantages. So maybe we can pick some goods from one
yeah.
design and then merge both of them. And we have a better design.
Start with the text pa. Okay, nag-block.
Get your phone.
Yes.
Okay, nag-block.
Kami sa amin yaman.
Password mo.
Virus.
Uy.
So,
Layo yung konti.
Ready ko discussing version 8. I don't know what to discuss.
I said otherwise.
So the first step for the workflow principles.
This is for the coming projects that we will be having. So just to make all things
yeah.
in sequential.
Organize God.
My English is losing.
Using what? First, this principle are lacking something about the deliveries. Do you know deliveries? The product. The deliveries. Usually they call it deliveries. Do you know deliveries? Delivery is the final product that you just give away to others in the workflow. It is being called deliveries.
Okay.
It's like you deliver package or something. Here, this principle are lacking some deliveries. Like in the first step, it creates something, it creates the delivery, right? To deliver to the second step. And the second step, after the second step, it creates some deliveries to deliver to the third step. Yeah, we can add the delivery into it.
Okay, I will discuss so that all will be clear. Okay, go.
So the first step will be we should know our the purpose and goals of this project. We should know the target audience so that we can visualize it and then develop it properly.
Yeah.
We should also know the deadline of the project so that we have a time frame if we can organize our time. And we have to research similar websites that are related to our project.
Yeah.
So yes, lacking of the delivery. So where is the information architecture document come from? From the first step or second step? Information architecture documentation.
This would be
For the first, maybe first.
Yeah, so the first step would create the information architecture as a delivery to the second step. So information architecture will be a site map or something.
Should we add it here?
mind map.
It's not only mind map, it's information architecture.
Yes.
It can.
Should we add it here?
It should not adding there. It should be a delivery to second step. Can you understand?
I think after the design process,
Yeah, you create something, right?
Yes.
Usually you have product and
Before we were discussing with me and Maurice, were discussing about, or I guess here, one of the developers. I really don't remember the date. Maurice told me that whenever we're doing, we need to have the information first, and then before doing the design, I or the other team, the Dream PC, will have a small meeting we will create the mind map using the mind map. We will create the what's that? The one
You can write
information architecture.
information architecture. We can create it. We will be creating it. Then we will present it to the team. So when the team knows the main purpose of the website, then I will create the website. Then we'll show it to you guys again. Then so that we can put some suggestions or any revisions that we need. For example, for the RimTech, since we didn't have any meeting or peer meeting with that, I was not able to fulfill the the requirements of the website and the purpose of the website. That is why Maurice strongly suggests to have those kinds of
Yeah, we can add into it, and then if we say it's good, so we keep it. If we say it's not good enough, we optimize.
Yep. That's
For
the main
my
purpose.
opinion, because Lester always taking time, when he designs, he taking time to search so many websites. Which one is a fit for our website? And I think he needs some information. How should our website look like? And he just only need to do the design, the UI. He only need pay attention on the design. But what we contents on the website, it should come in from our team. It will save time for him.
Just like a wireframe.
If we have the information architecture, the designer will be easier.
For example,
So we need before we go to the second step, we need to have the information architecture prepared. However, what this information architecture should be, we decide later. Or we can just go to Google. One of the information architecture document is sitemap. So sitemap is one kind of information architecture. But if you go to develop an application, mobile application or desktop software, it still has the information architecture. Then you go to image. Many kind of it. Just you need to, if maybe you search something that is for website information. That one. The first column, the second row.
So one.
First column, second row. Maybe this
Yeah.
one.
Yes.
here.
Wow, it's very clear.
Now this is
Yeah, that's like that
the
also.
this is the product of the designer. Only he can have this one.
I was doing that before.
Yeah, but yeah, your designs after you finish your design, your design should match the information architecture. So you don't need to worry about if you have finished the website, the whole website design.
Okay. That's good. And then after the design, are we clear?
What content do you think that is necessary for him before he start the design?
For the navigators, what is the links and where should these links to go? And in the links, what it should contents?
I will create same this one.
Yes.
When click now.
It's not you. It's not you. It's for the team.
I mean,
From the team.
The information architecture
Yeah.
will impose the identification.
Yes. And
And
Yung kanina yung mga yung kanina.
for the loading page, except the navigators, what else which the content? And for the modules, if we have links, where should these links go? If we have buttons, where should this button go? What they can do? Maybe they have pop-up windows. What should the pop-up window look like? What is the information inside that?
Yeah. I came up with the idea of doing
kind
this
of
one.
the photo.
Yes.
Maybe I will create this one because prototype is really I'm having a hard time with now with the prototyping. I can create this one. This is more easier for me.
So it's information architecture in the prototype. Right? Or we need a name for it. What's its name? Do we have a name?
Usability information.
Consult.
No, that's not the.
So actually, maybe we just agree that we will have something like this, right?
Maybe information architecture.
Usually,
We can use mind map, so that will be easier. You don't need visa. Only in the mind map, it can give you some information that we need. And for the contents, the Alexa should provide for you.
Yeah.
For the
But-
contents.
Like this one. Because it's almost one.
Sino?
This one. Sitemap.
Okay. Ayun, sige.
Di ba? Mas malinis to.
so about how this information architecture should be and what is inside this, what does it include? It would be another principle as well. We need to, these some rules for creating the document.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, maybe you can pass that right now because this I think is self-explanatory to us, I guess.
So we just need to lock it down first.
Yeah.
So we need the information architecture.
Yeah. This for now
So we can go back to the workflow principle.
and then after next the same process. Ayun na nga, yung the same process. Asa ba ito? Ayun. I guess the one that we discussed earlier is this one.
The first one.
No, the second one. The information structure. Architecture. Sounds like. Then I guess review development is the next one step.
It's mainly in design process.
Is it all clear with the design process?
It is much better to explain.
Huh?
Again.
We just explained it earlier, right?
No, I mean this one.
Okay, seryoso. Did you guys, is it all clear with the design process? The one that we are discussing earlier? I guess.
Does it mean that after the second step, we can see the audit report? Because audit report only log the feature and the system and modules, right? But we are lacking about the finish rate, a complete rate of those features, right? Yeah, because it's for delivery, right? So can we expect that we will have the audit report
During the plan.
empty audit report.
Template.
Empty audit report. Empty audit report. Yeah, the air pollution is high. I tell you why Daphne feels sleepy. Because the air cells and virus just keep attacking your lung and breath system. So be careful, guys. And this environment lacking of oxygen. I said we should expect that we have an empty audit report after the second step.
What does it look like?
It should look like. Hey, you don't have it. Like the system, right? System, and then is a subsystem. Subsystem has features. Feature 1, feature 2, and then subsystem 2, feature 1, feature 2, something like that. You should have some who's responsible. The name of it. Who's responsible for this feature? If we have a due date, we should have a due date. A finish rate. Something like that.
So after the design process, they
It should be have this. We should have it, right? After the second step, we should have this audit report, but it's empty. At least we know this. Maybe we are not sure if we need, but this one is empty. Actually, the stakeholder want to see this one. So it's audit report. So just log it. I think we can expect audit report after the second step. And this audit report depends on how long depends the length of the development cycle of the project. If there's right, it depends on the cycle of the project. When to update, maybe update once per week or once per 2 weeks or once per month like that. But it depends on the how complex is it. So if you break down into only features, or each feature can be break down as well into some element. You just name it. You just keep breaking things down. So after you break down all the things, this is the audit report. If you finish all the things, that means the system finished. And we know that something of it is not finished. And we can combine something like the table before that. The feature contains something like, contains design, right? And develop and test, right? Maybe this audit report can include something like that for internal use. But for external use, usually we just need to know the finish rate of it as an audit report. So this table can be used in 2 ways. As a low internal spring, you can check the design, develop, and test if it's already passed the workflow or something like that.
Is it possible on the development that another subsystem or feature will be added?
It's possible that we will add. So in the workflow principle, if we should discuss about that. So do we have this accident solution to it? Then it just suggest that we might have an additional feature that we want to add. But like you check the last item of the design process, right? The team must all agree to the design and should be finalized before the development. That means, I think for this sentence, it means it shouldn't add any new things after the second step.
That will be on the next version.
Can we?
Or upgrades or yes, you can upgrade.
If with this principle, that's the if we follow this simple principle, that's it.
Is that an application?
Application, everything is application.
And you just audit something, audit it.
Huh?
Can you do it in the Sprint or Airtable? Is it the same?
It's not the same, but it can be used in both ways.
The one I did earlier, sir, for the spring, the one I discussed.
In your table, you can use it as an internal way. And I want you to break down to the way that you can't keep breaking it down. So you break down everything. And then for internal use, you can use it for this parallel process. Maybe that depends. If you like, you can use it. If you don't like, all I want is this finished way of it. So yes, same. You can use it at the same time, or just depends on you. So about the question about density.
No,
Yeah.
it's not possible. It's because, like you said, the
Yeah.
team must all agree.
Yeah, if we all agree on this principle, that means we don't add
Any features.
maybe we can log it in the backlog or somewhere. Idea pack and then we discuss it in the next cycle. Okay, so we agree that after the second step, we will have the audit report as the delivery. Okay, thank you. Go on.
Third step,
Design
development process.
yeah, for the I guess.
Development process. Just like what we did last time, the developers, designers, and testers will meet up and discuss in detail the features that have been discussed prior to that meeting. And then they will agree on the Just like what you did in iBuilder. Tama ba?
Yeah.
Maybe you can just read them out once.
And then we will set a time frame for developing.
Yeah, it's the same with the iBuilder that we did before. The one we have on the screen, draw here. It's like that. The development process. It's just like that.
Question. The deadline of the project, I think it should have this time right here. For the second is the third develop progress, then we can know how much is our works and how long it takes. We can have some ideas. So the project deadline should be come up from here, not the first.
But some projects have, when they give projects, they provide deadlines too.
So do you mean we can deal with the project or deadline and we can discuss how much is our works and maybe we can reduce some of our tasks?
Regarding that one, maybe we can do that if the project is ours.
Yeah.
Because
For the development.
yeah, for other projects we have other partners that
Just
have set the target
Yeah.
date.
I think it's reasonable to add one more item to the third step, right? Maybe as a optimize or modify.
Maybe it's a reconsider or something. Reconsider the project deadline.
Yeah.
I think deadline is not a good word. Maybe we change it to
Time.
due date, something like that.
Target date.
Due date. Yeah, don't use this kind of date or thing, right?
Polish.
It's not lucky.
Set a due date.
It's not lucky. Right? You see many people are dead,
Timeline.
dying.
Timeline. That's the timeline.
Good chunk time. So the
Always use positive word.
Go time.
Due date.
Go date.
Due date.
deadline.
Don't use deadline.
He just said don't use that.
We consider about the
Due date.
future due date. We consider the features due date. But you should add a delivery feature.
Feature or my feature?
Yeah, something. So you should add the delivery. You should add the delivery to the document. Delivery to the first step is the information architecture.
Lagyan mo lang delivery, tapos information architecture.
Dito sa taas.
Sa number 1.
Ito.
Add to the button of it.
Sa baba.
Bilang mo
Sa baba. Sa baba.
By button. Add to the button of this the first.
Enter. Delete.
Delete.
Tapos lagay ka, deliveries.
Deliveries.
And something like that.
Sa ano, information architecture.
Slash. Slash.
Tama.
Architect.
Structure.
Tapos sa design process,
Wrong.
empty.
Typo.
How to spell architect?
Architecture.
Architect.
Walang age. Nagawin na yan.
Ah.
Hindi, namay kanina. Architecture.
Next year.
Galit lang. Wala kang learn eh. Oh.
You are into.
Age.
Parang architect.
Okay, man.
Yung mga age.
Later. Okay.
Tapos
X.
sa baba,
C.
ano,
Architecture.
empty audit report.
Here.
Audit report.
Actually, it's not empty. Maybe just audit report.
Okay.
It's lacking the finish, right? we should have some expected deliveries. We should add deliveries.
Deliveries.
Yeah, maybe create more than one deliveries. But all the report is one of the
Deliveries.
required.
7,000.
It's one of the required deliveries.
7,000.
Why?
Lagyan mo sa baba.
It seems don't look out to create document.
8, 7,
Where you do this? They is very hard, no?
Who's
You
that?
need to zoom out.
Who's that? Your
It's so dirty.
No,
Kaya akong pakitapin mo eh.
Ah,
Kaya akong pakitapin mo.
yan, di ba?
Ako
Oh my. Ako ba?
Sabi mo.
Ayun.
After design is finalized and discussed control,
Ako?
the development is
Yung
about.
focus ko siya may katabi ko. Yung ano, yung isama.
Ha?
Yung katabi ko lang yung isama. Hindi siya.
Ayun ba yun?
I think these items are duplicated.
What?
Why this after the design is finalized and discussed in the development process?
Kumagod tuloy sa
Does it contains any design activity in this step?
Where?
The development process?
Yeah, in the development process.
No, since we already decided the design process in number step 2, should be
Yeah,
a pure development.
yeah. So this item is a little not correct.
What?
Where?
What?
Go to the step. We
Number
already
Where's that, sir?
we are in the development process, right?
What's,
So that the fourth item after the design is finalized and discussed with the project. So this item has something wrong here.
maybe the description only. It's another design, I think.
Either this item
This one is regarding the meeting,
The discussion.
Maybe we can change this later.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a different meaning, not the exact design.
after the design of the best strategy, right? So actually, what's that strategy do we have to suggest the developer to use?
Depends.
Yeah, so that would be the rules of the development, right? We need the rules of the development as well. You see? Now, it only contains theory but no methodology. It said that we agree on the best strategy, but we don't have the list of strategies for developer to choose.
Where's that?
So it will cost more time. If we always collect what we have before, if we have the list of strategy, so the developer can just pick one of the strategy and then use it. Something like that, I think.
Maybe this one means that in their meeting, they will agree on what and how they will develop the project.
Yes, I know. But as a developer, usually I will struggle in choosing which technology I will going to use, right? Like which language, which framework, which database.
Yeah, that's why they have the meeting. They are still figuring it out.
So, yes, that I know. That's why we need the rules and principle of that as well. We need to keep logging that. So next time, we don't need to spend too much time to choose which, like use which front-end framework, right? if someone said, this one is good, but the other one don't know the information about which one are good. When you go to compare two things, you need information, right? If all the people have the information, or we have already have the trust source that give us the result of it, we can trust the source of the information. Something like that. I just suggest it's very good that we can have a best strategy. So we should have the list of best strategies.
What's 4? Wait, number 2.
Number 4.
I don't have a required delivery of this step. Anyone suggest any required deliveries?
Expected due date for every feature.
Maybe I should expect the status page.
Yeah.
The status. Like the real product. Like right now, we go to some website, it always has a standalone status page. Like which subdomain holding what product on it. Like right now, we go to bigdtc.com. cw.bigdtc.com is holding the real product site. Demo.bigdtc.com is holding the demo, lightly built version of the website, right? So after the actually you should be delivered in the 5 steps. Maybe you should give out the test environment. What? Give some response. Test environment. So you set up some test domain or something that we can check about the test environment. Like the tester want to check the current progress. The other people want to check the current progress of it.
Local host. How about local host for the test environment? Local host.
Local host. Yeah, that's the problem. Only you can check your.
No, the local host can share. We can share it through IP.
So we need a status page to tell all the people that where I can visit that thing. And if that thing go offline, we need to know on the status. So the delivery of the third step is the develop environment status page. I'm at
Where, sir?
Number 3.
Number 3. The number 4 daw environment.
Test environment. Test environment. Kaya nga eh. Dapat din naman sinama yan eh.
So now we suggest that the second step and third step should be parallel and go on at the same time.
Gawin komplikado yung mga simpleng sabi siya. Kaya nga.
我说这两步同时进行吧，你的意思？不同。
是相当于需求文档，第二步相当于是那个设计已经出来了，有一个整体的那个就是流程，有一个流程，跟大家来看一下。
Yan. Ginawa niyang complicated.
但是在讨论这个的时候，你这个上好像用技术来完成就已经相对的结论了。就是说这个需求问答出来以后，你就应该去开始去讨论到底用什么技术。
所以说是在
在第二步，
第二步加入开发的一些，还是说第二步跟第三步是只是平行运的？
Wala akong ginawa.
同时进行。
那就有点慢了。它的设计出来，从开发这个也是开发。
Nag-ano. Tapos wala yung project
So we consider how to parallel the second step and the third step, yes. Because usually the developer can't wait for the design to finalize, right? It's a little slow like that. Then you can explain. So we find a way to parallel the second step and the third step. Maybe. You can see if it's possible. Or actually maybe we are doing the spring usually. So usually the design might not be the total design sometimes. Only a part of it. So after it design a part of it might not cost too much time.
The first step almost look like requirement documentations. And then this we have so the developers, they may have some ideas what should we use for this project, and then they have to start to consider. And for the second step, the design is already there, so we have to make up our element, which one framework or skills whatever is using for the project. You have to make up your map here, and then the design is ready. Some of them is ready. We can start do some prepare. Like create the project or something. We can already to do some prepares here, and the final design is done. We can start to develop. This is what I'm talking about. The first step we can go. It's almost like a requirement documentations. It's like that.
Should we? Should we allow the later process to turn over the former step? Later process to turn over the former process? Do you know what I mean? Now, like the designer in the second step, he thinks that something is very wrong in the former process. Could he turn over it?
Okay. For example, the process, the first step is there is something there. How to say?
Adjustments for
adjustments for the first one.
This is why we
Is it
have.
possible to?
If the second step is after you design, we have a walkthrough meeting. You have to explain what is your man in your when you design. Yeah, this idea come up, and what is every step, how this what step should works. You have to explain this to all of us.
Yeah.
After this, if anyone has some more ideas come to this project, you can add. Oh, this is bad. We have to change another one. This is useless. We have to remove. This is the walkthrough meeting, and we still can do some redesign or some new idea for him. Yes, to prove his design, and then when he finish when he come back for the second row, we can check again, and if there's no more options, we can start with the developers.
Oh, so you are not asking to it parallel. You are asking that adding something inside.
Yes, this one should be.
I know what you mean now. Maris, the meaning of Maris is that while the designer give out the design, the developer can start thinking what is the appropriate technology for that kind of design. So we should add something into it. And sometimes the designer give out a design that is not possible to to finish or create by current theory. So something the developer should give feedback to the designer that oh, it's very hard to achieve that design. So we should add some. So we should add the role of developer in the design process. With Amaris means the developer should give periodical feedback.
Design feedback.
No, second, not third, second.
Maybe
The designers
Sir,
should cooperate.
the first bullet on the number 3 process before development begins. Maybe we should put it on the second process, the design process.
Design process?
The first bullet in number 3. Maybe we should put it on the design process, so that the developers have a part on the design process.
This one?
我那天跟他提出来的时候，其实我想说让他做一个就前期上回顾的3组，他的第1组思维导图，这个思维导图就是整体一个大概的一个框架，这个我们知道吗？然后有了这个框架以后，设计有做一个设计，然后再来思考这个东西要怎么放，就怎么去想。然后这个设计出来以后，那个开发者就说用什么技术来实现。
Kaangas 4K pala to.
So,
Solid. Awesome.
现在我们发现他每次在设计
4K to? 4K.
3 to 4
Oh.
May kita ka dyan.
然后本来在放到我的
因为呢，他不是专业的。
we are already time. Already time. Maybe we can talk about this again tomorrow.
Just
So okay, it's almost. We don't have new project right now. We still have time to finalize this thing. Project. It's the same. Like this.
Okay
This
ka na.
is called information architecture.
Ikaw ba? Okay ka na? Okay ka na?
The same.
Okay ka na.
So the issue that Mavis found is that the designer right now using too much time to reference to other websites
So it will be so slow for him.
because he's lacking experience.
If he
The
has
real-
this one, it will be fast for him to present.
How should we do it?
You understand what I was explaining right?
Before?
Yes.
Yeah.
On the main map.
It's like gathering data, then create
Maybe
data.
we can do one main map.
Yeah, one.
On
Then
a builder, so we can show them on the next week.
yeah, next week we will show it.
What it should do.
Yeah,
Right?
the one more things.
I will just send you the copy. Sure.
It's okay. We need to keep optimizing.
Laki mo pa mo.
If we find something, so but those are required. We should have deliver information architecture as the first process delivery, and we should have audit report
Laki mo pa mo.
as the second process delivery. 因为我在有时候那些还要看每一个人的。就 Lester 经验多一点的话，他就会比这个好。你看他设计那个第2版的那个 Dreamhead，
Alam mo tawag first time na yun? Yung ginagawa mo. Alam mo tawag first time na yun?
Go.